G'day from Isan. I thought this morning we'd take a walk through the working part of the farm. I did do a couple of videos back that showed the beach hut and Guan's garden at the farm. But today I thought we'd cover the real bit, which is the bit that makes money for the family, or Yuan and Lud in particular. This is the entrance to the farm. Morning, it's about 8:30 at the moment. Guan's planted up right along the side of the farm, as you can see. This is a public road that leads out to other farms and ends up at a small wat, small temple. So there's an entranceway. A lot of people, because it is the road to the wat, a lot of people evidently stop, because when they see all the flowers and everything, they think, oh, this is where the temple is, and Guan has to point them down the road. So, when I originally moved here, this was just literally a dirt track. You couldn't actually, I couldn't actually get in there, bring the car in here during the wet season. This is Guan's new flower bed that she's planted up. She ripped out what was there before, and these have all been grown from seed, and starting to get established now. The field at the back is where Yuan and Lud plant cauliflower and broccoli in the cool season. Cool season's from November through to January, February. So normally this field would be full of crops at that time of year. They do plant other crops here, but they cycle through the fields. So they leave them fallow for a while and then plant something else. The white house you see in the background is one of Guan's brothers, called Jan. And the tin house, the corrugated iron house in front of it on the right, is Guan's older sister's farmhouse, and she runs the other half of the farm. So you've seen photos of these for regular readers. This is a beautiful entrance. I mean, there's no other, I don't know, I've never seen a farm in Isan that looks anything like this, because Guan leaves a stamp wherever she goes. These are bougainvilleas that she planted up, and on the left hand side there are hedges in between the bougainvillea, and it makes for just a really unusual and beautiful entrance. These bougainvilleas, they're wonderful. They've been flowering since, I don't know, November, and still going. Amazing. On the right there you'll see tomatoes. They're the small cherry tomatoes I've reported on before. The mound there is rice husks, and that's used for mulch. And then looking around, this is also a field that has been let go to have a rest. In the background you can see new sugar. It's not family, it's a relative of the family, that's new sugar sprouting, which starts to give a bit of greenery to the land again. We have a period over the cool season where it turns really brown. Looks like Australia. There's a neighbour's farmhouse in the background. Good bloke, his name's Nop, and Nop, if you want anything fixed, Nop's the guy to do it. He'll do pumps, washing machines, cars, tractors. He's one of those people who can just turn his hand to anything, usually for payment of a bottle of Lao Cow, which is Isan whiskey. Oh, rough stuff. Kill you. And often does with the locals. A lot of men die young here, in their 40s, for one reason or another. Mostly Lao Cow, actually. This is actually a lemon tree. Well, it's supposed to be I bought it as a lemon tree. The bottom bit's lemon, and evidently the grafted bit at the top is something totally different. Anyway, there you go. I do get a couple of lemons from it occasionally. This is basil, Thai and Isan, or lemon basil. We brought the car. We normally bring the motorbike out. Brought the car today because I'm taking some potted roses back home. So this is the actual, what I call a farmhouse in Australia, probably called a shanty. But the difference between this and many other Isan farms I've been to is that this one is absolutely immaculate. Everything is in its place. It's swept every morning, and there's no junk around. Everything has a purpose. You can see Lud there. He's actually wiping stuff down. Normally, I can't tell you how unusual that is in Isan. This is Yuan's little garden. And then round here, I organised for this to be built. Before, they used to do the washing up just in plastic bowls on the floor, but on the ground. But I organised for that to be built, and also a pump and a holding tank, so that they could have. Well, it didn't cost a lot, and it helps, and I get so much from them that it's just an absolute pleasure to give something back. So Yuan and Lud have been working the farm for, I must be getting on to 25 years now. So this has been mainly their home. They don't sleep at the family home. They sleep here and work here. This is their kitchen. You produce a meal for 50 people in a kitchen like this in Isan. They have a gas bottle. A lot of people don't. And then a wood fire or charcoal burner. And then looking at this is fields. Yuan has literally just finished, as I took this video, planting up this area. Onions at the front. I did a blog post on those, actually, those dried onions getting ready to be planted where they're sprouting now. And then new crops in the background. As always, beautifully presented. So neat. Great farmers. And these are the shrubs where they take the small white flowers and make the garlands you see being sold at traffic lights. 20 baht for a garland. People buy them for good luck. They do a little prayer and then leave them in their cars. They need all the help they can get driving here. There's Mama. Fresh papaya we brought out from our garden this morning. This is the sort of dining area, and then bedroom upstairs. Everything you need. Okay, once again, you can see that although it's basic, everything has its place. It's not disorganized. This is a new section Yuan put on recently, or renewed recently, and I contributed the insulation, and it makes a big difference. People just don't realise just how much, even something simple like that, which costs about 30 Australian dollars, 700 baht, drops the temperature underneath it by about 5 degrees. I can never understand why people don't commit to insulation. This is their work area. Yuan in the background, with her newly coloured hair. And this is the lounge room. 2 hammocks, that's all you need. God, Farang, we make life so complicated and expensive. I forgot to show you. This is long beans packed up, ready to go to the market. We'll have to move our car shortly. I'm sure Lud and Yuan are just about to head off. In the background, storeroom and a bathroom, a western toilet, I put that in, and a bucket shower, so just a trough and a shower to clean up. I'm walking through. This again is a new area. rainwater tanks. They're actually used for real here. Although Yuan and Lud actually buy mostly their water, proper filtered water. But the rainwater tanks are there for cooking if we have rain. They're empty at the moment. Flowers, so you know the goon's been here. And then these, looking out towards the trees on the right they're on Goon's land. Goon owns 2/7 of the farm. About 56 rai here. A rai is 1,600 square meters. And then these are fields waiting to be planted up with rice, which will happen in June. So they're being left fallow. And the farm actually goes as far as those trees in the background. These are mango trees here. I don't know whether you can see it, but that's those shrubs. Goon hasn't trimmed it. Those shrubs actually spell out Tony. Her I do, not mine. I'm not that egotistical. Oh yeah, you see it there, sort of, can't you? Tony, Tony. Yeah. Then off to the left, that's the path that goes down to the beach hut and the garden that I showed you in that other video. This is Isan Grace, my floating sala. Sala is a sort of bamboo hut. People build houses here but live in their salas just out the front. Yeah, this is a great time, a great place to have a drink in the evening. And then taking you down is through the mangoes, banana on the left, and although I won't show them to you, our newly planted durian. Durian's an incredibly strong smelling fruit that people either hate or love. Very expensive here, so we bought 4 trees the other day, but they take 5 years to fruit, evidently. So it'll be a while before I'll show you farm-grown durian. Beng loves durian, so she'll be happy. She'll be finished university by then. She can come home and eat durian. Goon's been planting up here. Everywhere you see flowers, you know, Goon's been there. I mean, it's just amazing. One of life's true farmers. And these are the long beans. I keep showing you long bean. You saw the results of that earlier in the video. And then beyond that, you've got beds that these have been established for longer, and some of them have been harvested already. So lettuce, coriander, Chinese celery, morning glory, and dill. And once again, beautiful presentation. I just can't get over how brilliant these people are. And on the far left there, these are an Aussie called Rodney came to see us, and he brought us some Australian pumpkin seeds. And these are the result, and they're doing really, really well. This is the newly extended dam. Goon's planted up right the way around that, so give it another couple of years. This will be the edges of the dam will have trees and shrubs, and it'll be really settled in. And then to finish off, looking back to the beach hut, and to the sala. So there you go. When you come to visit, you'll be able to, you won't need me. You'll know the farm already, so you can walk around by yourself. Thanks for joining us. I'll catch you again next time. See ya.